I found your father's body in the supply closet and he's been dead for 3 hours, but he just walked past me in the hallway. Naomi Chen's hands wouldn't stop shaking as she stared at the impossible sight before her. The supply closet, the blood, the body of Dr. Vincent Park, slumped against the wall with empty eyes staring at nothing. But that couldn't be right, because she'd just seen Dr. Park walking down the hall 2 minutes ago, smiling at her the way he always did. That warm smile that made her heart flutter even though she knew it was wrong to feel that way about a doctor. If you're feeling the chills right now, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video. And comment below where you're watching from. I love seeing all the places this story reaches. Now, let's get back to this mystery because trust me, you won't believe what happens next.
Naomi was 23 years old and had been working at Brooklyn Memorial Hospital for only 8 months. She was still the new girl, still making mistakes, still trying to prove she belonged there. But Dr. Vincent Park had made her feel welcome from day one. He was 30 years old, brilliant, kind, and devastatingly handsome. He had black hair that fell perfectly across his forehead, eyes that sparkled when he laughed, and a smile that could light up the darkest hospital corridor. Every nurse had a crush on him, but he only seemed to notice Naomi. At first, she thought she was imagining it, the way his hand would linger on hers when he handed her patient files, the way he would find excuses to work the same shifts as her, the way he would bring her coffee exactly how she liked it, 3 sugars, extra cream, without her ever telling him. Then, 3 weeks ago, everything changed. They had been working late on a difficult case, a little boy with a heart problem. They'd saved his life together, and when it was over, Dr. Park had pulled Naomi into an empty room. "I can't stop thinking about you," he'd whispered, his face inches from hers. "I know I shouldn't say this. I know it's not right. But Naomi, you've become the reason I look forward to coming to work." Her breath had caught in her throat. "Dr. Park, Vincent, please, call me Vincent when we're alone." "Vincent, I think about you too, all the time." He'd smiled then, that beautiful smile that made her knees weak. "Then let's stop pretending we don't feel this." That night, he'd kissed her. Soft and gentle at first, then deeper, filled with all the feelings they'd been holding back. It was her first real kiss, and it had been perfect. For 3 weeks, they'd been sneaking moments together, quick kisses in empty hallways, holding hands under the nurse's station desk, text messages that made her blush. Vincent had told her he was falling in love with her. He'd made plans for their future, real dates once she finished her training period, trips to see his family, maybe even moving in together someday. But now, standing in this supply closet, staring at a body that looked exactly like Vincent, Naomi felt her world falling apart. She checked the body's pulse, even though she knew it was pointless. Cold skin, no heartbeat. Dead for at least 3 hours, based on the body temperature. But that made no sense. She'd seen Vincent alive 20 minutes ago. He'd been talking to Dr. Miranda Cole, the head of cardiology. They'd been arguing about something, their voices low and angry. Then Vincent had walked away, heading toward the East Wing. Naomi had followed him, wanting to ask if everything was okay. But she'd gotten distracted by a patient call, and by the time she'd finished, Vincent had disappeared. That's when she'd come to the supply closet, looking for extra bandages. That's when she'd found the body. Naomi's phone buzzed in her pocket. A text from Vincent. "Meet me on the roof, right now. Come alone. Don't tell anyone." Her heart pounded. She looked at the body, then at her phone, then back at the body. This was impossible. Dead people don't send text messages. Unless the body in the supply closet wasn't Vincent, or the person texting her wasn't Vincent. Naomi's mind raced. She should call security. She should call the police. But something stopped her. If Vincent was in danger, if someone was trying to hurt him, going to the authorities might make things worse. She took a photo of the body with her phone, then carefully locked the supply closet door. Her hands were still shaking as she headed for the stairwell that led to the roof. The hospital was quiet at 2 a.m. Most patients were sleeping. Only a skeleton crew of nurses and one doctor remained on each floor. Naomi's footsteps echoed in the empty stairwell as she climbed up to the roof access door. She pushed it open slowly. The New York City skyline stretched out before her, a million lights twinkling in the darkness. And there, standing at the edge of the roof, was Vincent. He turned when he heard her, and even in the darkness she could see his face was streaked with tears. "Naomi," he breathed, rushing toward her. He pulled her into his arms, holding her so tight she could barely breathe. "Thank God you're okay. I was so scared they'd gotten to you too." "Vincent, what's happening?" "There's a body downstairs that looks exactly like you." "That's my twin brother, Victor." Naomi pulled back, staring at him. "You have a twin brother?" "Had. Past tense." Vincent's voice broke. "Someone killed him 3 hours ago and put him in that supply closet. They wanted me to find him. They wanted me to know I'm next." "Who? Who would do this?" Vincent took her face in his hands. "Naomi, I need to tell you everything. But first, I need to know. Do you trust me? Really trust me? Even if the truth is scary?" She looked into his eyes, those beautiful eyes that had captured her heart, and nodded. "I trust you." "Then sit down, because this story is going to change everything." They sat on the rooftop, backs against the wall, and Vincent began to talk. "My brother Victor and I were born in Seoul, South Korea. Our mother died when we were babies. Our father raised us alone, and he wasn't a good man. He was a scientist, but not the kind who helps people. He was the kind who hurts them." Naomi listened, her hand in Vincent's, feeling him tremble. "When we were 10, our father moved us to America. He started working for a company called Genesis Pharmaceuticals. They make drugs, legal ones, but also illegal ones. Drugs that the government doesn't know about. Drugs that do terrible things to people." "What kind of things?" "Memory erasure, mind control, body enhancement." "My father was their lead scientist. He spent 20 years creating drugs that could change people, control them, make them into something they weren't." Vincent's voice grew hard. "Victor and I were his first test subjects. He used us like lab rats, injecting us with different chemicals to see what would happen. Some drugs made us smarter, some made us stronger, some nearly killed us." Naomi felt sick. "That's horrible." "When we turned 18, we ran away. We changed our names and tried to start new lives. I went to medical school. I wanted to help people the right way, to use science for good instead of evil." "Victor." "Victor couldn't escape what our father did to us. He got involved in the drug trade, selling the same chemicals that had ruined our childhood." "Where's your father now?" "Dead. He died 5 years ago in a lab accident. Or at least, that's what everyone thought." Vincent stood up and walked to the edge of the roof, looking out at the city. 3 weeks ago, Victor called me. He said our father wasn't dead. He said Genesis Pharmaceuticals had faked his death and had been hiding him all these years. He said our father had created something new, something so dangerous that it could destroy thousands of lives. "What did he create?" Vincent turned to face her. "A drug called MEMORIA. One injection, and you forget everything. Your memories, your personality, your entire identity. Gone. You become a blank slate that can be programmed with new memories, new thoughts, new loyalties." Naomi stood up, her legs shaking. "That's not possible." "It is, and it's already being used. Genesis Pharmaceuticals has been testing it on homeless people, addicts, anyone who won't be missed. They give them the drug, program them with new identities, and sell them to the highest bidder." "Sell them? Like slaves?" "Exactly like slaves. Rich people pay millions for a servant who will never question them, never leave them, never remember they had a life before. It's the perfect crime because the victims don't even know they're victims. Naomi felt tears running down her face. This can't be real. Vincent came to her, wiping her tears with his thumbs. I wish it wasn't. Victor wanted to expose Genesis Pharmaceuticals. He'd collected evidence, files, recordings, samples of MEMORIA. He was going to give everything to the FBI. But someone found out. Yes, and they killed him. They killed him and left his body here to send me a message. Stop investigating or you're next. Then we need to go to the police right now. Vincent shook his head. The police are compromised. Genesis Pharmaceuticals has people everywhere. Cops, judges, politicians. Victor told me before he died that we can't trust anyone in authority. Then what do we do? Vincent took both her hands in his. Victor gave me something before they got to him. A flash drive with all the evidence. Names, dates, photos, video footage. Everything we need to destroy Genesis Pharmaceuticals forever. Where is it? Hidden somewhere safe. But Naomi, getting that flash drive is dangerous. The people who killed Victor are watching me. They're watching this hospital. If we go get it together, we're both dead. So what's your plan? Vincent pulled an envelope from his pocket. Inside was a key and an address written on paper. This key opens a storage unit in Queens. The flash drive is hidden there. I need you to go get it tomorrow morning when your shift ends. Take it straight to this address. He showed her another piece of paper with an address in Manhattan. That's where a reporter named Jessica Wang lives. She's the only journalist Victor trusted. Give her the flash drive and tell her everything I told you. What about you? Where will you be? Vincent's eyes filled with sadness. I'll be here at the hospital. If I suddenly disappear, Genesis Pharmaceuticals will know something's wrong. They'll search my apartment, my car, everywhere. They'll find you. So I need to stay here, act normal, make them think I don't know my brother is dead. But Vincent, they're trying to kill you. I know. That's why I need to fulfill my last wish before they do. Naomi's blood turned cold. Your last wish? Vincent cupped her face in his hands. Naomi, I'm not going to survive this. Genesis Pharmaceuticals doesn't leave loose ends. Once they realize Victor gave me the evidence, they'll come for me. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but they'll come. Then let's run away together, right now. We can leave the city, go somewhere they'll never find us. They'll find us. They always do. And then they'll kill us both. And Genesis Pharmaceuticals will keep destroying lives forever. Vincent pressed his forehead to hers. But if you get that flash drive to Jessica Wang, if the evidence goes public, then my death will mean something. Victor's death will mean something. I can't do this without you. Yes, you can. You're stronger than you know, Naomi Chen. He kissed her then, soft and desperate, like it might be the last time. And maybe it was. When they finally pulled apart, Vincent handed her the key and addresses. Promise me something, he whispered. What? Promise me you'll live a life after this is over. Promise me you'll find someone who makes you happy. Promise me you'll remember me, but won't let this destroy you. Tears streamed down Naomi's face. I promise. One more thing. Vincent pulled out his phone and showed her a photo. It was a picture of a little girl, maybe 6 years old, with pigtails and a gap-toothed smile. This is Lily. She's my niece, Victor's daughter. Her mother died 2 years ago and Victor has been raising her alone. She doesn't know what her father was involved in. She just knows her daddy loves her. Where is she now? With a babysitter Victor trusted. But when Victor's body is discovered, social services will take Lily. She'll go into foster care unless... Vincent's voice broke. Unless someone claims her. Someone who can give her a good home. Naomi understood. You want me to take her? Only if you want to. I know it's asking too much. We've only known each other for 3 weeks. You're young. You have your whole life ahead of you. But Naomi, Lily is innocent in all this. She deserves a chance at a normal life. And I think I think you could give her that." Naomi thought about the little girl in the photo. No mother, soon to have no father, about to lose her only family. "What's my last wish, Naomi?" Vincent asked softly. "My last wish is that you'll save Lily. Raise her as your own. Give her the love and safety that Victor and I never had. Can you do that for me?" Naomi looked at the photo again. The little girl's smile reminded her of Vincent's smile, bright and hopeful despite everything. "Yes," she whispered. "I'll take care of her. I promise." Vincent pulled her into his arms again. "Thank you, God, thank you so much." They stood there on the roof, holding each other as the city lights twinkled around them. Naomi tried to memorize everything about this moment: the feel of Vincent's arms around her, the sound of his heartbeat, the smell of his cologne. Because deep down, she knew he was right. This might be the last time they'd be together like this. "I should go," she finally said. "My shift ends in 4 hours. I'll leave the hospital, go home, get some sleep, then go to the storage unit. Be careful. Don't tell anyone what you're doing. Don't trust anyone. What about Dr. Cole? She seems nice." Vincent's face went dark. "Especially don't trust Dr. Miranda Cole." Why? "Because she's the one who killed my brother." Naomi felt like she'd been punched in the stomach. "What?" "Dr. Cole works for Genesis Pharmaceuticals. She's been at this hospital for 5 years, recruiting patients for their experiments. Anyone who's old, sick, or has no family, she marks them as potential test subjects. Then they die in the hospital, but really they're taken to Genesis labs and injected with MEMORIA. That's evil." "Yes, and she's very good at it. No one suspects the sweet, caring head of cardiology. That's why Victor came to this hospital. He was investigating her. That's how he got caught." Naomi remembered seeing Vincent and Dr. Cole arguing earlier. "What were you and Dr. Cole talking about tonight?" "She was warning me. She knows I'm Victor's brother. She knows we're twins. She told me that if I don't want to end up like him, I should forget everything and move on with my life." "What did you say?" "I said okay. I played dumb, acted like I didn't know what she was talking about. But she didn't believe me. I could see it in her eyes." Vincent touched Naomi's cheek. "That's why you need to go. Now. Before she realizes we've been talking." They kissed one more time, slow and tender, pouring all their unsaid feelings into that moment. Then Naomi left the roof and returned to her floor, trying to act normal even though her whole world had just exploded. She finished her shift in a daze, checking on patients, administering medication, making small talk with other nurses. At 6 a.m., when her replacement arrived, Naomi clocked out and walked to her car. She sat in the driver's seat for a long moment, gripping the steering wheel, trying to process everything. Victor was dead. Vincent would probably be dead soon. She was now responsible for getting evidence to a reporter, taking care of a 6-year-old girl, and bringing down an evil pharmaceutical company. How had her life changed so completely in just a few hours? Naomi pulled out the key and address Vincent had given her. She plugged the storage unit address into her phone's GPS. It was in Queens, about 30 minutes away. She started driving. The sun was rising over New York City, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. Normally, Naomi loved sunrise after a night shift. It meant going home to sleep, to rest, to escape the stress of the hospital. But today, sunrise meant the beginning of something dangerous, something that could get her killed. The storage facility was in a rough neighborhood. Chain-link fences, graffiti-covered walls, homeless people sleeping in doorways. Naomi parked her car and looked around nervously. She found Unit 237 and used Vincent's key to open it. Inside was mostly empty except for a metal box bolted to the floor. The box had a combination lock. Naomi pulled out her phone. No message from Vincent with the combination. She tried to call him, but it went straight to voicemail. She looked at the lock, trying to think. What would the combination be? Then she remembered. Vincent had told her about his niece, Lily, Victor's daughter. She tried different number combinations related to the name Lily. Nothing worked. Then she remembered the photo Vincent had shown her. The little girl with pigtails and a gap-toothed smile. She tried different birthday combinations. Still nothing. Frustrated, Naomi sat down on the cold floor. Think! Think! Her phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. The combination is our first kiss. V. Their first kiss. 3 weeks ago, in that empty hospital room after they'd saved the little boy's life. Naomi pulled up her work schedule on her phone. September 23rd. She tried 0923. The lock clicked open. Inside the metal box was a flash drive, a folder full of papers, and another envelope. Naomi opened the envelope. Inside was a letter in Vincent's handwriting. Dear Naomi, if you're reading this, then I'm probably gone. I want you to know that meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. For 8 months, I watched you at the hospital, wanting to talk to you, but not knowing how. You were so kind to every patient, so gentle, so full of light. I fell in love with you before we even spoke. When I finally got the courage to kiss you, it was like coming home, like finding the part of myself I didn't know was missing. I know we only had 3 weeks together, but they were the best 3 weeks of my life. I'm sorry I dragged you into this mess. I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you, to hold you, to build a life with you like I dreamed. But I need you to be strong now. I need you to save Lily and stop Genesis Pharmaceuticals. The flash drive has everything. Proof of the experiments, victim testimonies, financial records, everything. Give it to Jessica Wang at the address I gave you. She'll know what to do. The folder has all of Lily's documents, birth certificate, medical records, school papers. I've already filed temporary custody papers listing you as her guardian. If something happens to Victor and me, she's legally yours. I love you, Naomi Chen. I will love you in whatever comes after this life. Thank you for being my light in the darkness. Forever yours. Vincent. Naomi read the letter 3 times, tears streaming down her face. Then she carefully put everything in her bag and locked the storage unit. She got back in her car and typed the Manhattan address into her GPS. Jessica Wang's apartment was in a nice building in the Upper West Side. But as Naomi was about to start driving, her phone rang. The hospital. Hello? Naomi, it's Dr. Cole. I need you to come back to the hospital right away. Naomi's blood ran cold. Why? My shift just ended. It's Dr. Park, Vincent. He collapsed an hour ago. We're running tests, but it doesn't look good. He's been asking for you. I'm on my way, Naomi said, even though every instinct screamed that this was a trap. She hung up and sat there, frozen. Vincent had told her not to go back. He'd told her to go straight to Jessica Wang. But what if he really was dying? What if this was her last chance to see him? Naomi looked at the bag with the flash drive and Lily's papers. Then she made a decision. She couldn't go back to the hospital with the evidence, but she couldn't not go back at all. She got out of her car and went to a nearby coffee shop. In the bathroom, she logged into her email and sent all the files from the flash drive to Jessica Wang's email address that Vincent had given her. She included a message explaining everything. Then she put the physical flash drive and papers in a locker at the coffee shop, pocketing the locker key. If Genesis Pharmaceuticals caught her, they wouldn't find the evidence. And if she didn't make it out alive, at least the reporter would have everything digitally. Naomi drove back to Brooklyn Memorial Hospital, her heart pounding the entire way. When she got to Vincent's room, Dr. Cole was waiting outside. "Thank God you're here," Dr. Cole said with a concerned smile that looked so fake now that Naomi knew the truth. "He's been in and out of consciousness. He keeps saying your name." Naomi pushed past her into the room. Vincent was lying in bed, hooked up to machines. He looked pale and weak. When he saw Naomi, tears filled his eyes. "You came back," he whispered. "I told you not to. I had to see you." Naomi took his hand. It was cold. Dr. Cole stepped into the room. "I'll give you two some privacy." But she didn't leave. She just stood by the door, watching. Vincent squeezed Naomi's hand weakly. "Did you—" He couldn't finish the sentence, but his eyes asked the question. Naomi nodded slightly. "Everything's taken care of. Don't worry." Relief flooded Vincent's face. "Good. That's good." "What happened to you?" Naomi asked, though she already knew. "Poison, just like Victor." "I got dizzy during my rounds. Fell down. They're saying it might be a stroke." Vincent's voice was fading. "But we both know what it really is." Dr. Cole moved closer. "Dr. Park's been under a lot of stress lately. These things happen." Naomi wanted to scream at her, to expose her, to make her pay for what she'd done. But she stayed quiet, just holding Vincent's hand. "Naomi," Vincent whispered, "remember your promise. Both of them." "I will. I promise." His eyes started to close. "I love you. I love you too." The machine started beeping. Vincent's heart rate was dropping. Dr. Cole rushed forward, pushing Naomi aside. "I need you to leave. Now." "No, I'm staying with him." "Nurse Chen, that's an order. Get out." Security guards appeared in the doorway. They grabbed Naomi's arms and dragged her out of the room as she screamed Vincent's name. Through the window, she watched Dr. Cole inject something into Vincent's IV. She watched the monitors flatline. She watched the man she loved die. And she could do nothing but cry. To be continued. Type yes when you're ready for part 2, where Naomi must find Lily, deliver the evidence to Jessica Wang, and uncover an even darker truth about Genesis Pharmaceuticals, one that connects to her own past in ways she never imagined.